Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you enjoyed the music. I'm playing things again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am playing with things. I have been geeking out while we are here in sheltering in place, and it's one of my favorite fun things to do. I actually forgot to grab Instagram. Only I grabbed them first, but in all of my geeking out this morning, I totally forgot. Sorry, Instagram. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me fix this. See, this is when you try to do too much. Then you start forgetting things. Okay, so I love seeing where you all are going live from. I love it. I love it. And I am going to be going live again this morning with my friend Michelle because there were some things that we talked about offline. And I was like, you know what? I want to have some of this conversation with other people. So I'm going to be bringing her on in just a second. And while I do that, there's a couple of things I wanted to make sure you know. And because did I leave that somewhere? See, this is what happens. And Jesse's not here this morning, so he can't help me. Okay, well, I'll have to tell you about it. I went and got it. I went downstairs. I got all organized and ready, and now I don't know. I now don't know where I put it. So I'll have to tell you about it. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Hey, Michelle, hold on. I'll bring you on screen in just a sec. Let me know when you're on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram too. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to tell you about, and now I'm just totally not together. Totally not together. I mean, what did I do with that? Okay, so somebody messaged me and asked me about fragrances because we had talked about this fragrance that my mom uses, and I did that on Wednesday, and y'all were asking me about how to, what the name of it was, and I shared that with you yesterday. And then, let me see. And then then somebody messaged me and they were like, "Oh, you can't hear me, Michelle?" Okay. And then they were like, but what about your fragrance?" And this is why I needed to have it. But I can't get up because if I get up, y'all will see what I have on from the waist down. I don't want to traumatize you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you about that I'm not together enough to show you. So basically, I oh, this is so much fun. This is what happens. Y'all, hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Oh, this is my whole situation today. So there's this fragrance that I wear. I'm not even going to tell you what it's called. That's what I wanted to show you, and I don't know where I put it. Anyway, it's this fragrance that I wear when I go somewhere. People always are like, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing?" Somebody said, "Don't get up, don't get up." There's this fragrance that I wear. People are always like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" Like, it is a signature hallmark. You know that Chrystal is coming. Okay, you know that Chrystal is coming, and so people ask me all the time about what it is, and so I didn't want to tell people because. Can you hear me now, Michelle?
I can't hear you.
You still can't hear me. Okay, I'm gonna hang up and call you back. Um. So anyway, y'all. But when I have to tell people about it, y'all, it's a problem because the name of it is the name of it is some of y'all already know. Y'all already know what it is. No, it's not Jean Naté. My grandmother wore Jean Naté. Get on Instagram, Michelle. Get on Instagram. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to fix Michelle. This is my life. Instagram. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all know what it is. I think somebody said it on Instagram. Y'all, so when somebody says, what is it? I'm just like, I do this. I'm just like, y'all, it's called Black Woman. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. And it's this little oil. People are always like, what's in it? I don't know. Is it organic? Probably not. Is it made with essential oils? I doubt it. But is it like Hallmark? People know. Here Priscilla goes again on Instagram. What's going on in here? But when I wear it, people know it. They know it. So here's the deal, y'all. Priscilla actually gave some to Beth Moore. And the thing that you have to do, yes, it's in my shop. Okay. This is why I'm telling y'all, because somebody was like, can you tell them about the perfume that you wear and where you get it from, the fragrance that you wear? So the thing is, there Priscilla goes again. Y'all, she's my heckler. She's my heckler. Okay, you have to wave in Instagram, Michelle. You have to wave. So basically, Priscilla gave it to Beth Moore. And what you have to do is tell people when they wear it, they have to go easy on it. You can't like douse it on everywhere. You have to be judicious in its use. You don't use much. Because if you use too much, it's not going to go well for you. So Priscilla gave it to Beth, and Beth put it on serendipitously, if that is even a word that fits in that sentence. But the thing is, her husband was like, what is going on? What is that? Why do you smell like that? And Beth was like, because I have Black woman all over me. Oh, y'all, it's a thing. I've given it to friends, and I'm just like, listen, just be careful. Don't go over the top. Don't do too much. Because it will totally positively be smelled, and then you will not you people will smell you coming a mile away, and you'll smell good. You'll just smell like too much. Can you hear me now, Michelle? Can you hear me? You can. Okay, great. So I need you to say hi to me on Instagram so I can grab you. Like, you're in there, but I need you to like wave or give me a thumbs up. Y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. These are my pajamas. I just rolled straight out the bed this morning. See, Michelle got cute. She put on a little chambray, a little kimono. Okay, you say something to make sure I can hear you, Michelle. I can't hear you now. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm trying to grab Michelle. Michelle waved a few minutes ago. Okay, here she is. Go live with Michelle. So I got her on Instagram. Now I'm trying to work out the whole YouTube situation. This is what happens when you roll out of bed. I was like, we did this on Monday. We got it. And now we're having all the problems. Goodness. All right, here comes Michelle on Instagram. I can see you. I just can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Come on, Verizon.
Okay, then I don't need these then.
Okay, well, hopefully we won't have feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so now all I need you to do is accept my invitation to you on Instagram.
So, okay, don't decline it.
Don't decline it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, here we go. This is what happens, y'all. When you think you're bigger than you are. Oh no, I think we're gonna have echoes. Instagram, let me know if you're hearing an echo. Priscilla said, Michelle, I love you. Priscilla gets on every time I go live, every single time on Instagram, and she just starts heckling. She says, what's going on in here? What is happening? Then she starts waving to people. Do y'all have an echo? Y'all okay? Y'all all right on Instagram? I think they're okay. Maybe they're okay. Oh, nope. They said they have an echo. Okay.
Is it because of me?
It's because you're not wearing headphones. So here's what we're talking about today. Try it again and just see what happens. Here's what we're talking about today. So Michelle, y'all, so I'll let her tell the story. But
Can
the
you hear
bottom,
me?
yeah, I can hear you. Awesome. But the bottom line is, Michelle and I have been friends a long time, and we have a history where we have had seasons. Now on Instagram, I'm looking at your ceiling or something. I'm not looking at
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Okay. So
I know, right?
this is the Thelma and Louise, Oprah and Gail situation.
Right.
Okay, so basically, in our 20s, I remember Michelle trying to figure out in the midst of friendship, in the midst of, just we all are in our 20s are trying to figure out our lives. But I just remember Michelle having a struggle, like we all do, but we talked about it later, where she was kind of just trying to figure out based on friends and peers and all that, feeling confident in her own skin, being comfortable in her own shoes. What was her style? What did she like to do? Because she was always doing stuff with friends, hanging out with friends. And it took her a minute. And when she started figuring out who she was and all that, I was a little offended because she kind of like, in order to do it, was a little separate. She was a little like, she left me alone kind of. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, I just need to do me. That's how I felt. I don't know if that's what she intended, but that's how I felt. But Michelle is truly, truly her own person. I mean, truly her own person. And the way she dresses, the way she eats, the way she takes care of herself. And so from the skin you're in, that's what we want to talk about today. What it looks like to be comfortable and confident in the skin that you're in. But from a physical, emotional, and social standpoint. Because I think Michelle has figured it all out. And she's figured, we're all evolving. But I do think there's a reality that you get to as you get as you get older. Right, Michelle? Okay, you half on the screen
Yes.
again on Instagram. You got to scoot over to your right.
What?
To your
This
right.
way?
To your right. Thank you, Jesus. Right there. Right
This
there.
is my left.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
my
Well, it
left.
looks like the right on my screen. Whatever. Now you're in the right place. Okay.
Stage left.
So she figured some things out. And I just want her to kind of talk to you about that and teach us all. Teach us all, Michelle.
No.
Okay,
No.
so if you're like, I actually have no idea who you are. I always do this, and I think this is so redundant. Every time I do this, I think this is so redundant. But then somebody always says, I'm so glad you did that because I really didn't know who you were. Okay, so my name is Chrystal, and I've been going live almost every day of COVID-19 to give you a little QC, a little quarantine content, so you can exercise some quality control in your everyday life, even in the midst of this chaos. And this is my friend Michelle. If you have
Martin.
good morning. If you know nothing about her, you will in a minute. And then I also went live with Michelle this past Monday. That was some laughter and some tears. I'm talking to you on Instagram, and I did not bring you on screen on everywhere else. So here you go. Okay, now you're half on the screen with the YouTube and the Facebook people.
Who, me?
Yes, scoot over.
What do I?
I don't know. Move your phone. Move your phone. No, not that way. Jesus, help her. Okay, keep
This
moving.
way?
Keep moving over. Keep. Hello. There you go. Right there. Look at Jesus. Look at Jesus.
Girl, I don't know nothing about this.
I know, but that's all right.
Nothing.
I will guide you. So anyway, so we already went live on Monday. There was a lot of laughter, some tears, some serious, some funny, some happy, a lot of happy because Michelle brings the happy. And she sang loud. And so so we're going to try to, be informative today. But basically, here's what you need to know. I'm going live to be helpful. Basically what I'm doing, whenever I do a podcast or a blog, I share it with everybody. And then if there's like extra stuff, like extra conversation or extra commentary, I share it with my inner circle. Let me tell you what that is. The inner circle is basically people who said, I love what you do and I want to support you. I want to support you because, listen, microphones and lights and cameras and all the things, so me going live on a million channels, there's those services and they're like, listen, we want you to do what you do. So they help out. There's multiple levels, but only one is open right now because I'm in a 90-day experience with everybody else. So when you go there, you'll see what I mean. But that's what this is. And so when we do bonus content, Right now, everybody needs a little bonus. So I'm doing it, sharing it with everybody. And then on Sunday night, it gets archived in the Inner Circle library. If you want all-time access to that stuff, that's where you can go for that. The other thing is that I believe that we're better together, and there are conversations where I'm not the only expert. I'm not the only person who has great experience. I'm not the only person who knows something. I'm not the only person who's been there and done that. And so what we do in the Facebook group is take questions that we know you have, and we share them so we all can give our thoughts, our opinions, our prayers, our experience, and we share that. That is free, and that's on Facebook. So all you have to do to find that, the Sister Circle on Facebook, is go to crystalevanshurst.com/Facebook, Facebook group, and then you will find that group there. Okay, so that's a little bit more about me. Now let me jump off of me, and let me get to Shelly Shell. Shelly Shell!
Yes, it's too early in the morning to be hyped. Okay,
No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't even lie. You can be hyped no
I
matter
tell my coworkers,
what.
do not talk to me until 11 o'clock.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you came on here the other day and were live perfectly fine.
I took some sugar. I ate some sugar.
You took some sugar this morning?
No. You talking about I was hyper this morning or last time?
Well, to me both. You were hyper in both
okay.
scenarios.
I'm pretending. I'm kidding.
You're pretending.
I'm kidding.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm kidding. Okay, now, yes.
Lowering my thing. Okay, so that way I can see all the comments everywhere. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. If you think that these conversations are useful, please share, because sometimes the only time people will see these interviews is if you share it with them. Okay, that said, Michelle, talk to me about the 20s, because I think you know what I'm talking about, where you just were like, I need to do me. I'm trying to do you. And I don't even know who I am. Explain what that felt like. And explain what that felt like. Explain the discomfort in that, because we're talking about, the skin you're in and being comfortable and confident there. But what did it feel like when you weren't?
You kind of feel lost. And I think that you feel anger. And that anger that you have, you take it out on other people because you don't know, I guess, how to express it.
You took it out on me. I just want to say that out loud.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
It was a passive aggressive kind of,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was wrong with you kind of. Why were you acting like that kind of?
Well, I didn't know either.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that for all the friends out there. So when your friend starts acting weird, it may or may not be about you. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at some point I thought, because I saw everybody else, most of the time, the normal thing to do once you get out of high school is go straight to college. Even if you don't know what you want to do, your parents encourage you to go to college. But a lot of people have no idea what they want to do. And I don't, the older that I get now, I see college is not always the best thing to do. You do need to do something. I don't think you need to sit around the house and do nothing, but you need to do something. If college doesn't necessarily support what your gift is, then maybe go to a trade school or something. I don't know, but you do need to do something. But I don't know if I would say college is always the best for everybody. That's just me. But at some point, I figured I know God has a plan for me, something. So I need to figure out what it is. And so if that meant separating myself from everybody else, then I need to do that in order, to hear from God. Because I think the voices of other people, they really confuse God's voice, and you're like, I can't hear what you're saying. People always give that illustration of, you're in the classroom and the teacher is in the front talking, but everybody else is talking, and then they talk softer and softer. The teacher does, or someone will go, shh, I can't hear. So sometimes you just have to pull yourself away in order to really hear, because I don't think God yells at us, but I don't know if that makes sense. I needed to pull away from myself because I had no idea what was going on. I needed direction. I just knew God had a plan for me, so I needed to figure out what that direction was.
So you felt lost. What other words would you use to describe how you felt when you started noticing the need to pull away?
Lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, anger. Would I say resentment? Maybe resentment, yes, because it looked like everybody else knew what they wanted to do, but I didn't. So I think there was some resentment there. But in that, I never wanted to be anybody. I can promise you that. I never wanted to be anybody else.
And
Never.
I think some of that too was, I mean, you were a new Christian, because remember, tell them how we met
Yeah.
in the hallway at church. I mean, like how we
Yeah.
remember. I mean, we had met, but how
Well,
we, you know.
well, we would always be on the school bus, and when Chrystal doesn't know your name, she'd be like, "Hey, girl, hey, girl." So I was like, she doesn't know who I am. I mean, so
Don't tell my
um,
secrets.
oh, well, I mean, oh, okay, yeah, hey, girl. I was like, okay, so, but then we really really met, at Tashar's birthday
Right.
party. Um, but yeah, when we'd always see each other in the hallway at church, and
Mm-hmm. So
say
you
hi.
you felt like
Hey.
I wasn't really, well, I think too, at church you were a new Christian, and I think some of the novelty, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like some of the novelty of hanging out and being around us, because I mean, we clicked. Hey, Tiffany Maltzby Johnson is on. Um,
Hey, Tiff.
was that you wanted to grow, like you wanted to learn, you wanted to grow. So a lot of that was too, trying to figure out, okay, if I'm a Christian, what should I be doing? You know what I mean? And like, do you feel like that
Right.
kind of?
I think that's anything. Yeah, yeah. I think that's anything with life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're new to something, then you need to hang around, or you want to hang around people who are living that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're, you can't grow if you don't. I mean, you can't grow by yourself. No man is an island.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that the question? Is that what you're asking
Mm-hmm.
me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
answering?
You
Yeah,
you wanted to connect because you were trying to grow. But then I think there
exactly.
was a certain point where you were like, okay, the people that I'm hanging around to trying to grow, their voices are confusing me because I'm not them, and I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
how to be me, but I can't figure that out because I'm
right.
because I'm allowing their influence to be greater than it needs to be.
Yes, I would say that. Yeah, you're very good at articulating a lot of words. Sometimes that I just can't. I mean, like,
No,
yes,
you're good. You're
uh,
good. I just like to repeat it to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
yes.
So somebody asked, how old were you? So I know it was in your 20s, but how old do you think you were when that started coming?
Where I needed to break away, I felt like I needed to break away
Yeah.
in order. Okay. Well, I became a Christian at the age of 19. Yeah, at the age of 19. So we were like, I don't know. It was probably in my late I think for a long time I staggered through life, hopping in and out of things, trying to figure out, do I like this? Now I don't like that. Do I like this? No, I don't like that. But I just stayed busy. I think, yeah, I stayed busy in life just because you got to keep moving. Just don't sit there and do nothing. I had to keep moving, and probably, wow, I was close to 30s, huh? Probably like maybe around 26, 27. I thought, okay, enough of this. Enough of, I don't know, enough of being, trying to be in somebody else's life. Figure out what your life needs to look like.
And I want y'all to know on YouTube, I heard you about the background noise. And that's a geeky situation. I got to figure that out. Basically, my mic is picking up the noise from my computer. My fan is working hard, ingesting Michelle's video and audio and putting out the live. So I will click it off. So when I'm not talking, y'all don't have to deal with the extra noise. I hear you and I will work on it. But I think, okay, so, but at that time when you started doing that, when you first started pulling away, I noticed it, but it feels like, do you think it was easier for you to figure out you when you moved away? Because when you went to school, y'all, she started school in her 30s, and we talked all about that on Monday. So you can get the full story on Monday, or her story is in my book. She's still there. I basically was like, if you want to know how to discover your passions in life, look at Michelle. So so you were away, like you were busy with school. So you pulled away then in a positive way. Then when you became a nurse, you started moving and traveling. So do you
Yeah.
feel like being by yourself allowed you to have a clarity to who I am and what I want to do.
Yeah, again, for me, because for me, I'm not, I mean, I am a people person. I do like being around people, but a lot of times I like to withdraw and be like, okay, because I function, I say I function 50-50. I function 50% of the time with people. The other 50% of the time, I have to like pull myself away and recharge. I have to. I just, I always say like, can I say what I told you? Organized chaos.
Just say whatever you need to say. I trust you.
I say Crystal's house is like organized chaos to me. It's just there's so much stuff going on, and because I'm single, I do like to be by myself. But then at times, I do need to be around chaos for a moment, because yeah, I love yeah.
Well, listen, I am my own person, and I need to be by myself for a little bit. And the children, listen. Jesse was like, I want to give you. This is years ago. I want to give you, a weekend away. Put you in a hotel room. This is probably when he was working and traveling, and I want you to be by yourself. And I was like, can y'all leave? Can y'all leave? I don't want to leave home to have peace. I actually want to enjoy being alone in my own home without the stress of having to pack a bag
Heck,
and go anywhere. I just want to be here and like declutter and wash clothes and do my hair and sit in front of my own TV with my own. I mean, you know what I mean? And so, anyway,
yeah,
so just recently, Jesse got the boys out of the house for a while. And I was so happy because I think even for the extroverts, we all need recharging time and we all need alone time to actually
hmm
connect with who we are minus the noise, which
yep,
is why COVID-19, as terrible as it is, I think we're up to 185,000 deaths, I believe.
mm,
It's terrible. And then I've got friends right now who are, while they don't have relatives who are sick with the coronavirus, they have relatives who are sick with other things and they can't be with them, or
yeah,
they can't hold their hand. They can't be with them when they check them into the hospital. So there are a
right,
lot of
right,
horrible things that are happening right now. And as I mentioned before, we've got something going on in our family too. My husband's family, where it's tough. It's tough. And, so I'm not minimizing that, but I am saying for a lot of us, we have more uninterrupted, quiet, alone time, even with kids, because you're not racing around. And I told y'all yesterday, put those kids to bed. Give them quiet time where they cannot call your name. Create that. So that's just a sidebar from the time management conversation I had yesterday. But I think right now we are able to be more still, more
hmm
less rat racy. And I think in that we can actually discover, what do we like doing with our spouse? What do we like watching on TV? What do we want to do with our kids? Okay, oh yes, look at the blossoms on the tree because I'm going for a walk outside. I mean, we have more
hmm
time to notice what's around us and I think notice what's in us. And so I think what you created by separating for work and school, we all have gotten a little bit of that. The question is, are we going to take advantage of it? Okay, so fast forward.
hmm
How would you describe yourself now? Describe your personality and describe your style.
me. No, it's me. No, my personality. I would say that I'm loving. I'm generous. Um, I'm happy. I can be sad. I can withdraw. Are these good words too? Am I? I never. I just. I don't. I don't know. I'm not the most articulate when it comes to words. It takes me a minute. Like I noticed that because my thoughts my head just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And sometimes I can't come up with the right words at the time that I'm put on the spot. But then when you and we hang up or something, I'll be like, oh, this is what I meant. So sometimes it takes me a minute to let the words kind of, to marinate in order for me to explain what I'm trying to say. Let's see. I would say I'm a compassionate person. Um, I don't know. I guess that's it.
So I would say she's fun. I would say she's
Okay.
eccentric. I would say she is adventurous. I
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're adventurous. I would say that you love doing new things. I would say
Yep.
that you're a learner. I would say
Yep.
that you are funny. I would say, okay, now describe your style. How would you describe how you dress? Because y'all can just get a picture of who she is by looking at her hair. That's all I want to say. And if you
I know
look,
I've
if
had
if,
wait,
I-
I've
if I
had blue
post,
hair,
yeah, you had blue hair. Okay.
purple, pink. Yeah. It don't matter to me that I'm a nurse. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Wait, is my hair color gonna stop me from serving you? No. Okay. Now if I came in there, I don't know, dirty or something, maybe that'd be different. But I think also the older that I get, the more I get like it's all about comfort. It's not about necessarily about style. It's about comfort. But I do want to look cute. You know what I'm saying? So, my style, I guess you could say eclectic. Yeah, I no, it's bohemian chic.
Bohemian. Bohemian what?
Yes, chic.
Listen, before you said it, I was like, it's bohemian. And y'all,
Yeah,
Michelle looks cute. If I put the stuff on that she put, well, first of all, I don't think what you wear matters. I think how you feel in what you wear matters because
I
the
agree.
confidence that you have with whatever you put on, that's what comes through. And that's why you can see people that look crazy, but you'll say they're
Right.
cute because, and you're like, I could never wear that. It's because they love it and the love of themselves and the love of what they have on comes through. So that's the thing. And so Michelle will have on. I would just be like, did you?
Wait, I got. Wait, let me see these pants I got on right here. Wait, let
Oh
me see.
yes, totally mismatched, but totally you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Where do you shop?" I'm not going to start taking questions, but I happen to see that one.
Um. Oh, my new store that I love. Oh my gosh, Free People? I love
That's
Free.
expensive.
It is expensive. But y'all, do we need tons of clothes? No, we don't. You can look in your closet and see how many times have I worn that. Oh, I've only worn that maybe twice. So really, half the time you don't need a lot of stuff. Yeah.
We need
I
to come
also
back
like.
to that because y'all, Michelle is also a minimalist.
Yeah.
And
I
every
try to
time
be.
she moves, she gives stuff away. She don't keep stuff. She don't accumulate stuff. She was like, everything I own has to fit in my car when I move. She don't carry no
I had to
U-Haul. She don't
match.
ship no pod. Like she packs up her whole house every time she moves in her car. And whatever cannot
Yeah.
fit in there, she just gives away.
Yeah.
But to your point, if you're not buying a lot of clothes, you can afford to spend money on clothes that will last and that you love.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I hate Walmart, but I do shop at Target sometimes. I hate Walmart. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
Target is losing their brains. I'm like, listen, I know y'all are trying to be anthropology, but you're not. So, because you need to take your prices down. Y'all are getting a little full of yourselves. Anyway, but
Yeah.
free people, yes, yes to free people. Okay, so you are not just confident in your style, but you're confident in your. I mean, in your like you're silly, and it doesn't,
Mhm.
and you don't try to tone it down really. Like you're just like
Uh.
you walk into a room and you're just like you're gonna get what you get because this is who I am. So how do you think you arrived at that? Because you used to be a lot more conservative, like in front of people. Now you just like they
Yeah.
get what they get. Okay, let me
You
let
know,
me
I mean,
let me ask you this: has anybody ever rejected that? Did anybody ever
yes.
make you feel? Okay, tell me about that.
Some people are like, it's a little, you're a little too much. Can you tone it down a bit? I'm just like, oh, okay, well, and bump you. I mean, then I wouldn't say that you don't necessarily change for that person. I mean, you offer a little bit of respect with how they feel about that, but I mean, I don't, I wasn't doing anything like that wasn't biblical. I was just being myself. If that person doesn't like it, okay, maybe you're just not the person for me to communicate with very much. I don't know. I know. I'm sure sometimes I could take it down a notch, but
Well, so
why?
you'll still do that. Like now, you'll say, like if we out in public, if we out in public, you'd be like, is it too much?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean,
Not a lot.
sometimes.
Not
Yeah,
a lot.
I want to be respectful, but I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
there's different versions of you. You know what I'm saying? And you just figure out where that version fits in that situation without you, um, not. You still want to be yourself, but you just figure out where you fit in different scenarios.
Yeah,
That's
I think you have to identify in order to be comfortable in the skin you're in, be in your skin, but there's a spectrum of you. So like on the
it.
spectrum of people, there's a spectrum where you live. You know, sometimes people, in fact, we did a live with Jonathan, the four of us, me, Priscilla, Anthony, and Jonathan, we did a live for Generate. And somebody messaged me and said, "Are you okay? Because you were so quiet on that live. You were very, um, like, thoughtful and, slow with your words. And, like, the silly, excitable Chrystal that I normally see, like, she wasn't anywhere to be found. But there's a spectrum of Chrystal, right, Michelle? Like,
Yeah.
there's that.
Yes.
And then there's the very serious,
Yes. That's serious.
thoughtful, deep, or I mean, there's that. And so for somebody
Yeah.
who hasn't been around, they'll go, wait, what's wrong with her? When really there's a spectrum of Chrystal. You know what I mean? And I think there's a spectrum
Yeah.
of, there's a spectrum of Michelle too. I think we all have that. And we
Right.
shift along that spectrum based on, being respectful, honoring who we're around, what fits, how well we know somebody. And,
Mm-hmm.
but I think when you've gone behind that. When somebody has pushed you to be quieter than you are, less fun than you are, more serious than you want to be, less serious than you want to be. When, because you don't feel good. You don't
Yeah.
feel
You kind of
at
withdraw.
home. Yeah, you don't feel at home. You don't feel at
Yeah.
home. You don't feel
Yeah.
at home. So, okay, let's talk about food because part of being comfortable in your own skin is how you've chosen to eat. Y'all, listen, this is the problem. When we have our Thelma and Louise, Oprah and Gail scenarios, yeah, see, yeah. I mean, it's not. I'm crunchy. I mean, in this cup. I mean, I've already had a couple cups. This was what's the one? Da- roasted dandelion leaf tea, which by the way is great for detoxing your liver. And we
Good for the
all
liver. Yeah.
trust me. If you on this earth eating any kind of food that you're not growing yourself, you need a detox. And then also hibiscus, which is great for a lot of things, including a lot of things. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But so it's not that I can't do it, but y'all, Michelle is doing it. And so when we go on our Thelma and Louise things, Oprah and Gail things, she, I just want to say you hog the food. That's what I want to say. She gets online and all she wants to eat, and she's a vegan now, but before she was a vegan,
Well, let me say this. I am a person that chooses to eat whole food plants. I
what's
don't want
the
to be labeled as
difference?
a vegan.
What is the difference?
Mm-mm. Because I don't care about leather. I will wear I will
So
purchase
vegan
leather.
means it's all the things about animals.
Yes, yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. So I don't care about that.
So plant
So
based.
I prefer to eat whole food plant based diet. That's how I choose to eat. Yes.
Now let me tell y'all, Michelle is not. She is not 105 pounds. Michelle is not eating.
205.
Oh Lord, you're not eating plant based. Total. I mean, like it's not like a weight loss decision alone. This is a
Mm-mm.
overall
No.
health.
Yeah.
Okay, so
A lifestyle.
tell the people uh, why you chose that lifestyle because you kind of didn't choose it and do it. You kind of were on and off, on and off, on and off for a while,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you kind of,
Remember the time I was a vegetarian and I ordered pizza from was it Domino's or
and
something?
then with no
And I said no.
cheese.
You remember that? I think I was in my 20s. You were like, "What you going?
What's the point
How you
of
gonna eat
pizza
pizza?"
if you don't have the cheese?
I know, right?
And I
And
know.
I think when I called Domino's, they were like,
So you
"You
don't
don't
want no
want to."
cheese?
So what you want on it?
If you were in California though, they probably would have said okay. But over
Right, right.
here in Dallas, they were like, "What you
Right.
what you talking about?"
80s, 80s, 90s, I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
20. So I mean, veganism or that wasn't like what they were like. What is that? Yeah.
Okay, so
So
why did you start? Because this is what y'all need to understand. Now, if we do anything, she's like, "Okay, there's this new vegan restaurant I want to try." And I'm just like,
yeah,
"Okay,
yeah. Because I do because I need to seek and figure out stuff first. You got to plan. You know what I'm saying?
you do."
My people perish from lack of planning. Isn't that what the Bible says?
Listen at you trying to quote scripture.
Yes, about eating, right? Okay. So I just, being in the medical field, and I wouldn't say this bothers me, but this concerns me that people come to the hospital and they expect the physician or the healthcare to know to to cure everything. You have a list, a bag of medications. Sometimes you don't even know why you are eating habits. Change our eating habits. I just think that my health and my life needs to be in my hand first of all, and then if I need help, then get it from the medical field. But I just decided, I don't think I'm ever going to be 150 pounds. I don't even know if I want to be that. I don't even know if that's realistic. But Chrystal, remember Oprah said, I don't know if you remember that, she said, healthy is the new skinny.
Yeah.
So that's where I am. I think I was there before all he said that, but that kind of
It
put the whole thing
solidified
into
it for
perspective.
you. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I started off with just not eating, like red meat, and then from red meat I stopped eating like chicken and turkey and stuff like that. And then I went from vegetarian, and then I went to veganism or a whole food plant based diet. And so I just chose to do that because first of all, I love how I feel.
Hmm.
Um, Secondly, I know that I'm getting my fruits and vegetables and beans and rice and all that kind of stuff in. Stuff that we need, I think I feel that I should be eating. I have noticed some things have changed about my body. Can I say I don't have a lot of gas? I can say
But
that.
somebody's wanting to know, how is that possible if you're eating beans? Don't beans cause gas?
Yeah, they do, but a lot of other stuff inside your system, all this sugar that we're eating ferments in the body. It
Hmm.
lowers the immune system.
Hmm.
The meats that we eat, it sits in the body because you don't. I mean, how often do you have a bowel movement? My bowel
How many
movements are better as well.
how many are we supposed to be having a day? Let's talk about that.
Well, if you were, realistically, you should be having one after every meal. But I
Okay.
mean, most people don't. I don't like soy. I don't. I try to stay away from soy. Because soy mimics estrogen in our body, and that's not really good,
Hmm.
or
For women.
something about it.
Yeah.
No, I don't like soy. I don't. I try not to do soy. I mean, I'm not gonna die if I,
So do you eat meat
eat it.
at all ever?
No,
Okay.
no. I have been a strict whole food, plant based diet person for at least a year. Oprah solidified the word, but California really helped to show that there are so many other options out there. There's so many vegan restaurants out in California, so that people don't look at you crazy when you say, "Oh no, I don't eat that. I don't eat this." I mean, there's whole restaurants
Yeah.
that are
But
just
that's because
purely vegan.
California caters to
Yes,
options, a lot of
yes,
options
a lot of options
for
in life.
a variety of eating decisions.
Yes,
Gluten free, dairy free, vegan,
yes,
vegetarian,
yes,
plant based,
yes,
organic, locally
yes.
grown, farm to table. I mean,
But California helped. It really
California
helped.
helped. Yeah.
Yes. And now that I'm out of California and I'm, in Maryland, then I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and then I figure out how to cook the stuff myself. There's in the grocery store, like there's options of so many.
One or two, just one or two. So, how do you plan and prepare for one?
Oh, well, I still make a bigger portion and then just put the containers in the refrigerator. But, some people like will go ahead and put the stuff in a little tiny container. In the morning, I get up and make my stuff. I already have like if I work 3 days in a row, then before I go to work, the day before I go to work, sometimes I'll look at YouTube channels or I'll read cookbooks or whatever and figure out, okay, this is what I'm going to eat for lunch. This is what I'm going to eat for breakfast, and I will portion it out when I get up in the morning,
Hmm.
and instead of doing it the night before, just because I'm just lazy like that. That makes yes. So I will cook a larger portion, but then just portion it out in the morning and serve myself when before I go to work. My,
Somebody
my lunchbox is heavy.
somebody asked this question, and I think that's a good question to interject right now. When you're trying to break sugar cravings, did you have? You used to work at a bakery, so
I sure did.
how did you break the craving for sugar?
Who said I broke it?
That's why I
No, no,
asked
no.
you.
I still, yes, no, I did not break the craving for sugar. I do eat it less just because, I think the more knowledge that I obtain, it makes it a little bit easier to not eat as much sugar. I substituted with other things. Like this morning, I made some yogurt, some coconut yogurt, no sugar added, I put some coconut flakes in there. That's naturally sweet, and then I put some blueberries in there and chia seeds.
Okay.
So that helps with cravings. I'm not saying I don't eat sugar because I do. Lorna Doones are vegan. Oreos are vegan. So yeah, yeah.
So give a couple of other examples. Do you use monk fruit sugar?
No, I don't like artificial sweeteners at all. So I use honey. See, again, I'm not purely vegan because that's an animal.
Yeah.
People would see that as an animal.
Agave?
And I use agave.
Mm-hmm.
I use maple. Or I try to just be more mindful of the sugar that comes from the fruit itself. I try to make that the thing that satisfies me.
So Michelle did share some of her favorite vegan YouTube channels, and we added them to the resource page. For those of you who already are on my email list, the resource page, we just keep updating it. So if you have the link, you can just go back there anytime. For those of you who are not on my email list or weren't until Tuesday, then we're going to send an email out tomorrow with a link, so you'll get that. But I would love, Michelle, when we get off the phone, off the line, off the Zoom or Skype or whatever we're doing, I would love if you, when you have time, if you would like, if you can easily like write down like a meal plan for a week, or maybe next week while you eat, write down what you're eating, and then I can share that just to give people an idea of what it looks like for you to, to eat the way you're eating for a week. And I mean, I want to just say that I think it does take time. I think while you can, I think that sometimes our health necessitates fast, immediate changes. And the sad thing is you don't want to wait until your health dictates that you have to do it, and you have to do it right now, But I also think what you did, because you were figuring it out and you would try things and you'd be interested, it goes back to you being a learner. You gradually made these changes, and then you just, because you loved it and you loved how you felt, and because you had explored recipes and different foods gradually, then making the shift wasn't stressful. I think a lot of times the reason why people struggle to make the shift in what they eat is because they try to do it all at one time, and then they can't keep that up. It takes so much energy, and they don't. So well, you can tell me if you agree with me or not. Do you think that it's wise for somebody to explore gradually, or do you think no, just cut it off and quit eating meat?
No, gradually. Yeah, just like if you're losing weight, it's not good to lose 25 pounds in a month. It's better to do it gradually, because then more than likely you're not going to gain that back. Yeah.
So besides feeling good, like what changes have you noticed in your body from the way that you eat? And when you say feeling good, what does that mean?
Well, feeling good, like I have a, I don't know, I have a sense of, well, I guess my serotonin levels are up. I don't feel as depressed as I used to, like sad. Honestly, the bloating was the biggest thing for me. I was asking a friend of mine, I was like, did I take antacids all the time? All the time. I was always taking antacids.
Really?
Every day. Yeah. And I couldn't figure out why. But now that I noticed that I'm on a more of a plant-based diet, I can't think of the last time I took an antacid. So I've noticed that change. My blood pressure. I think my blood pressure was starting to elevate. I guess you figure at 50, stuff
starts changing. Your body starts talking to you.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I would notice my blood pressure was getting a little high. And so I was at work and I took my blood pressure, and it was like 117 over like, I don't know, 72 or something. So, I noticed that my blood pressure has changed. And you know what, guys? People think that because you're on a whole food plant-based diet that, your labs aren't good. Like,
Oh, yes. What about protein? That's the question people always want to ask. I know. It's the tried and true question, because you can't possibly get enough protein if you're not eating meat or drinking milk.
Yep. No. Nuts have protein. Beans have protein. Broccoli has protein. Spinach. On average, I think we as women need maybe 30-something grams of protein. But, you get it from fruits and vegetables and legumes and nuts and beans and seeds.
What about the argument about complete proteins? You can get protein, but you can't get the complete proteins.
Sure you can. Sure you can. Like beans and rice, that's a complete protein right there. Who I mean, you can. You can get it from quinoa. You can get it from oatmeal. You can get it. You can get it. I'm not deficient in anything. The only thing that a vegan diet is deficient in is B12. And you can, wait, squirt that in your mouth right here. That's it. Or you can get it from nutritional yeast.
Nutritional yeast.
That's right.
How do you use nutritional yeast? You sprinkle it on.
Nutritional, yeah, you just sprinkle it. It has the taste of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody pointed, chia seeds as well. Somebody else pointed out that cows don't eat meat. Cows eat the grass, right? So where the cows get all the stuff from the grass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good point. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I feel in order for me to thrive in life that I don't need animal products, and I love kombucha. Love.
Have you tried making it yourself?
Oh, that's next. I already found a company that I'm going to order from so that I can make my own.
Okay.
Yes.
Get your own mushroom situation going. I mean, I ask these questions because, people. So the standard American diet, spelled SAD, it is a sad way to eat because it sets your body up for disease.
Yeah.
And listen, y'all, I mean, I am not vegan, and I had Wingstop last night, and I enjoyed it. They put sugar on the fries. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. And let me tell you something. I woke up this morning and I knew that I had eaten bad. And I felt it. So the reality is that when you choose to eat foods that taste good on your mouth, that what is that saying? A minute on your lips, forever on your hips.
A lifetime on
your hips. It's more than just your hips and your weight. It's about the health of your blood cells and what they need, the health of your organs to function well. So what I have done is I eat less meat, and the meat that I do eat, I try to make high quality. Which I'll tell you, when you buy high quality meat, you will eat less because it's expensive. High quality meat, y'all, is expensive.
Yeah. Wait. We can pay for it now, or we can pay for it later.
Exactly.
Yep.
And some,
and people say,
go ahead.
People ask me, isn't eating, whole foods, isn't that like expensive? Fruits and vegetables are cheaper than all that stuff in the middle.
All the stuff in the boxes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will say, organic is expensive, and I know everybody can't afford to eat that way. So here's what I want to tell you what somebody told me. And y'all, I'm going to try to keep my eyes on Instagram on this thing because I already know we're going to go a little over. Not much, but a little bit. But I'll keep my eye on and give you a warning. Years ago, the lady who taught me about making bread, and she had a vegetable co-op. Remember when I had the vegetable co-op, Michelle? And I had a group of friends, and we used to go during the summers. We would go to the farmer's market. Everybody would take a turn, and we would put in a bulk order. And then when it was your turn, you would come home and have to divvy it up. Yep. So you would buy, what is it called? In the Bible, they had not a shekel. Anyway.
A pence?
No, it's like a biblical word for a vat. That's not it. But of sweet potatoes, or you'd buy a huge box of lettuce, and then you would bring it home and you'd have to divide it up. And so when it was your turn, it was your job to go pick it up and divide it up. And so the friend had a organic fruit and vegetable co-op, a bushel. That's what it is. She had a bushel. She had an organic fruit and vegetable co-op. And I was like, I can't afford to do that. She said, well, let me just encourage you to shop the edge of the grocery store. Just don't go in the middle. Yeah. Shop the edge. Yeah. Because all the alive food is on the edge. Everything else, if it can sit on your shelf for 6 months or a year or 2 years, it's because it's dead. So it doesn't have nutritional value. It'll feed you, but the nutritional value that it's giving you is so little. It's just you're not getting what you need. And so I would encourage you to do that. And that's what I did. I just tried to eat more fruits and vegetables. And I shopped and did what I could afford to do. And just know that, God made our bodies miraculous. They are designed to keep us alive and to give us what we need, even when we're not eating it. It starts figuring out another way to get us what we need. Mm-hmm. So our bodies are amazing. And don't feel guilty, if you can't. But I would say, look at your grocery budget and see what you're actually spending money on, because the processed foods are more expensive. They just are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And if you can't always eat organic, I was going to say there's certain. I mean, if you have to peel the skin, don't worry about getting
yeah,
organic.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you're going to eat the
Bananas.
skin,
Hmm.
yeah. But there's a list. I
The
don't know the
dirty
list off the top of my
dozen.
head. It's called the
Strawberries are on
yeah
the dirty dozen. If you're going to eat
yeah
strawberries, if you're going to start choosing what to buy organic, look at the dirty dozens list. Start with that.
yeah
Because strawberries, grapes, I think, they have
yeah
so much
kale.
pesticides, kale, all that. Yeah.
Yeah
Hmm.
yeah
And people
yeah.
start
Ooh,
getting.
there's a few.
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's a few movies to watch like
Forks
What the
over
Health,
knives. What the
Forks
health?
Over Knives, Game
Super
Changers.
size me.
They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 I
Okay.
watched a video. Karis took a health class in our homeschool co-op. My friend Heather Harbaugh, who I still, all my homeschooling friends who taught me so many things, she taught this class, health. Now, health was not like learn how to do like CPR, which they did learn that, but she was like health. So she watched this video about the processing of meat, the processing of pigs for hot dogs. I've never eaten a hot
Mm.
dog since. That's not true. I've
Game
eaten
Changers.
kosher hot dogs. I've eaten kosher hot dogs. I've never had. Girl, I looked at what I was like. What? What?
You saw What the Health though? Did you
I
watch
saw What
What
the
the Health?
Health. Yeah. Is
Oh,
that the
okay.
one with the guy juicing?
No,
What's the one
no,
with the guy
ma'am.
that juiced?
You talking about the guy who came up with
The
the
Breville?
juicer with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bravo? Yeah.
I can't remember what the name
No.
of that is. But yeah, What the Health is good. And the thing is, it's about how you think. You know, we all know that how you think affects what you do, right? It flows
Hmm.
down. So instead of
Yeah.
trying to follow a diet, and I'm all about looking things up and finding recipes. Oh, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. That's the one.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Thank y'all. Y'all are so
Oh,
helpful.
what Diet for New America?
Yeah,
I
there's a
don't know
lot
to
of.
watch that.
So you have to know that if you can think about it differently, it will influence what you are motivated to do because you understand it. You know, put you under. So we'll put a list of some of these movies in the resources so you can watch it. I will say
Yeah,
where I
a
was
lot
going
are
with
on
that
that.
is if you think you're going to be healthier by juicing, first of all, you need the fiber. Only really sick people who need the nutrients fast need to juice. And if you juice, do not juice traditional. You gotta juice organic because all you're doing is multiplying
Yeah.
the pesticides in your system.
Hmm.
Because everything that you juice goes into your cell
Yeah.
multiplied faster. So, but you need the fiber, so you can blend foods or all those different kind of things. So, I just wanted to put that in because somebody will go all juice, but then they're juicing food that's not organic, and
Mm-hmm.
you're ingesting those pesticides at an accelerated
Yeah.
rate. Okay, so we
Yeah.
talked about you being comfortable in your own skin. We talked about what you're eating to be healthy in your skin, and I just wanted to talk about confidence because being comfortable in your skin, you know, but when if you were to say I'm confident, what does it mean to you to be confident in your own skin? Like
What does that mean for
what does it
me?
mean? If okay, first of all, do you
Um.
consider yourself to be a confident person? Would you say I'm confident?
Yes. I mean, but I would think who is confident 100% of the time? I
Right.
would say for the most part, yes. Yes.
And what do you think
Yes.
helps you the most to walk around, meeting new people, doing new things, going to new places, you know, not being at whatever you may think your ideal weight is. Instagram, you have a
Hmm.
minute and 53 seconds before it shuts off. And then we'll take questions. So we'll kind of round this question off and then we'll take questions on YouTube, Facebook and Periscope. What has helped you to be more confident?
Accepting that I am who I am. Not to say that I cannot evolve, but I'm the last creation of this right here. There's not another person like me. There
Yes.
will never be another person like me. So I need to own this is who I am. I'm not saying I will never change to be better, but I can't be anybody else.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anybody
And when
else.
we try, we're setting ourselves up for failure because it's not possible.
It's false. Yeah, it's false. You're not being true to yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, I mean, when God made me, when God made Chrystal, when God made all of you guys out there, that was it. There's no other mold again.
Hmm.
There will never be another one of you again.
Hmm. Hmm.
So why not be the best of what God created?
So good. So very good. Okay, so I'm going to sign off now, y'all, on Instagram so it doesn't cut me off. Okay, we'll see you if you want to continue on YouTube or Facebook or Periscope. All right. So I want to take your questions, and I didn't say this out loud this time. But if you have questions and you had them already, go ahead and post them again because y'all, I can't. There are currently 1,100 of y'all on here on all these different platforms. So I'm doing my best, okay? And we can't take all of them, but I do want to catch some of them so that we can make sure we answer your questions and that we're helpful to you. Michelle, while we're waiting for questions to come in, what are you looking forward to most? What is the thing that you're looking forward to trying food-wise? Because you're always trying something new. What's the next thing you're like, okay, I've been looking forward to doing this, trying this?
I want to figure out how to make my own cheese.
But what kind of cheese? Out of what?
Oh, no, cashews. So I haven't done this yet, but I want to make my own cheese and I want to make my own nut milk.
I have a juicer that it makes nut butter, not nut milk. But you can make nut milk. I could teach you that.
Well, okay.
I know how to make almond. I know how to make almond milk.
Okay. How do you make? I know.
You soak it
overnight, right?
Yeah, and then you put it in a blender or something like that and grind it, and then you put it in cheesecloth. And that's the manual way to do it.
For dates?
How what?
You don't put dates in there for your sugar?
If you want to sweeten it, yeah. If you want to sweeten it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been able to.
Listen, I be ordering stuff. My husband's like, "What is that?" Because the Amazon box, it's always coming. And so I be saying stuff to him like, "Well, this is my cheesecloth." He just looks at me and go.
So am I turning into a pioneer woman like you? But
yes.
A whole plant-based pioneer
Everybody
woman.
is turning into Chrystal. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. I told him yesterday. I said, y'all made fun of me for years. Y'all made fun of me for years, y'all. They gave me a hard time. Tell them about the shark. What happened with the shark situation? You and Karis laughed at me. What happened with that?
Yes, because Chrystal is like, we're going to use up everything. Yeah, we're going to get this shark. We're going to cut the fin off, do this, that, and that, and this Karis. I'm going to have you wear the shark outfit. Just, Chrystal.
But why did you say that? What? Because what did I tell her to do?
You told Karis, you were like, yeah, when you're done with that, I need you then to sweep behind the refrigerator. I need you to pull it out.
Yes.
Whose mother says pull out the refrigerator?
A mother who wants her house to be clean. You have to pull out the refrigerator and sweep behind it.
You by yourself pull out the refrigerator.
It's on wheels. It's not hard.
The refrigerator's on wheels.
It has little things on the bottom.
I wish Karis was here.
Okay,
yeah. Most parents are like, I need you to pull the chair out and sleep under the table. She was like, I need you to pull the refrigerator out and sweep behind the refrigerator.
And Karis, and then Michelle went into this whole diatribe about, I need you to go get the shark. I need you to skin it. I need you to make a shark suit. Like, what? I just want my house clean.
Wow.
Okay, somebody has asked, and a lot of you have asked, I've seen in the comments, about the oil that I talked about, the Black woman oil, which I will have to show you on another day because I don't know what I did with it. I went downstairs. I got the calendar to show you. I got the Black woman oil to show you. What I can tell you is it's on my website, crystalevanshurst.com/shop. Don't ask me what's in it. Don't ask me what it's made of. I don't know. All I know is people ask me about it so much, I made it available. So there you go. Okay, so let me take some questions. Okay, so Kesia Brewster says, I live in California. What are some of your favorite vegan restaurants?
Golly, wow. Now I can see it. Oh, golly, I can't think of the names anymore. I mean, there was the Mexican restaurant that I love. There was. Can I come back to that one? Because I need to look them up. I don't remember the names anymore. I think I don't remember the names anymore because I figured out you need to figure out how to make it yourself. But yes, I will tell her.
Because vegan restaurants aren't cheap either. I just want to say that.
No, they're not. They're not. But because it's processed. It's processed, but it's still good though. Anyway, next question. What's her name? Kesia?
Kesia Brewster.
Kesia, I'm coming back to you.
Yes, and now my computer's frozen. I mean, it is what it is. I'm picking up my phone to look at the questions. So, Kesia, your name is going to stay on the screen a very long time because I can't seem to unfreeze my computer. It's time for me to get another computer I've been holding out. A really good app.
Yes, that people need to download. If you're like curious about vegan places. It's called Happy Cow.
And that's like knowing what to eat out?
Yes, it will. You put what city you're in, and you can put in vegan or vegetarian, and it'll give you places that have vegan and vegetarian options.
Okay. All right. Let me go look. I'm looking on Facebook, y'all, so I can actually see the questions. And then hopefully my computer will decide. I need a new computer. And when you do these things like this, it's like it sucks up all of your computer juice.
Cafe Gratitude was my favorite.
Oh, I
place.
went there with you. Is that where we had the pizzas?
We rode bikes.
We rode bikes.
Remember, yes, we rode bikes and we went to Cafe Gratitude. That was one of my favorite places. Favorite.
Okay, so here we go. Somebody, and they're giving suggestions. Michelle, do you know? Look in the comments, y'all, because y'all are helping each other out.
Veggie Grill.
Veggie Grill. Okay, what about? Somebody said, do you know your Enneagram number?
My who? What's that?
I knew she was going to give you a response like that. So there you go. That's the answer. What are your views about turkey meat? Like, why can't you eat the healthy meats?
Oh, that's because I choose not to.
Or meat without nitrites and nitrates. Why can't you do that?
I mean, you can do that. People can do that, but that's just, it's just like I choose to wear what I wear because that's what I like. I like how it makes me feel. I have no problems with people eating those things. That's just what I'm choosing for myself. Yeah.
Okay, what about cauliflower? Somebody said, I heard that it's a man-made vegetable and not good for you.
Cauliflower? I mean, I don't know if it's man-made or not. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that could be genetically modified, cross-pollinated or whatever to make some. I'm sure there's a lot of things, but I don't know if I take it that deep. I just know it's a vegetable. You know what I'm saying? And it takes on flavors of a lot of things. I put it in my oatmeal.
Do you take a multivitamin?
I do. And I take collagen, and I take vitamin D.
I know.
And I take
a lot of things too. I'm looking for it right now because somebody's asking me what it is. I'm looking for it.
Looking for what?
My vitamins. So it took me a long time to be willing to buy the vitamins that said for the over 40 person. I was not. Are we taking the same one?
Yes.
Did I tell you about these?
Yes.
Yeah. So I took these because my midwife told me. Yes, I had a midwife. I had 3 children at home. But she told me that you can take the prenatal vitamins that are prescribed, but they're synthetically put together. So she was like, take whole food vitamins. You'll have to take more of them. So when I was pregnant, it was like 6 pills a day. She said, but they're dehydrated and natural. So you'll still get everything you need. So I've just taken, and so I took prenatals forever. And then I started taking the.
So she told you to take that brand right there?
Well, first it was a different brand. And then that company got bought out. And so she was like, I'm not confident about how they're putting it together now. So she told me to buy it from another company. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I will say that if you're in childbearing age, you should always be taking multivitamins. Always. Prenatals. If you can get a natural prenatal, when I was in my 20s, my doctor told me, a traditional doctor told me, she said, do you want to have more children? Because I saw her when I already had one. I said, yes. She said, then take prenatals and don't stop until you're done having children. She said, just be ready.
Why are you taking prenatals?
No, I just switched to the 40 plus because I had an issue saying that no, girl, listen, I threaten Karis all the time. I'm like, Karis, do you want to have a baby together? Let's do Father of the Bride Part 2. She's so offended when I do that. So offended. Okay, yes, and prenatal vitamins are amazing for your hair. Y'all, I'll put that in the resources too. So if you want the resources for that, then you can do that. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking. Vitamin D. How do you do with vitamin D? Y'all, we didn't talk about exercise. What do you do? What do you love to do for exercise? Yeah, I have vitamin D too. What do you do for exercise?
Well, what I do, I try to find, so there was, Chrystal, you remember Tiffany, right? Tiffany Carmier?
Yes, who still is looking fine. She's still fine.
I love Tiffany. And she, back in the day when I used to exercise with her, she's always talk about, she's been into exercise for as long as I can remember. And we always go outside. We would always exercise outside. We would carry our weights, and then we would use the benches that were at the park
So you were
to
lifting your
figure out
own
how to
body weight.
yeah, we were lifting our own body weight, or we would new check mine.
Somebody's asking.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking what they are. So I was just showing it again.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Um, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll get a jump rope. That's the cardio right there, and then I'll get weights. So you got cardio, and then you got weight bearing exercise to help with your bones. I'll ride bikes. I'll go to the park and walk. I bought some resistance bands, so I'll do that. I'll find something to do. The reason why I love California is because I love to hike. Oh my gosh, I love hiking. Love it.
I hate hiking.
Oh my. If I could move California mountains to Texas.
Shoot, California weather.
That too. Yeah, that too. But you know what? I'll be okay without the weather if I can move the mountains, because I love hiking. I love it because it pushes you. Once you climb up that mountain, you just look down. You be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I did that." I
don't like working out with you. You make me feel like I'm unfit. Y'all, Michelle, she just is like a machine. She's a machine. She runs fast. She hikes fast, and then she's all, "Come on, hurry up! You can do it! Come on!" I just be like, "Go ahead, I'll catch up."
No, that's because you know what? Something. The other day, I exercised with somebody, a coworker, because we all hang around each other. So I pushed her, and she was like, "No, you don't have to come back for me." And I said, "So this is something that Tiffany has always taught us. Like everybody's on a different exercise level, and whenever you're done, like whenever you reach that wherever we were supposed to run from A to B. Once you've reached B, if that person is still at A, go back and get that person, run with them, because not only that, but you'll encourage them, but then you'll get extra exercise yourself."
So you're not a gym rat.
Oh, when we could go to the gym, yeah, I was in a rhythm. Like I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning because I had to be to work at 7 to go exercise. Yes, I do. I need something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was looking for questions. Y'all are like, "I love hiking too. I'm the slow friend."
I know. Oh my God. That's okay, because once I'm done with mine, then I'll come back and get you.
You come back and get me. I know. She comes back and gets me, and I'm like, "That's all right. Just keep going."
I know, right? That people, and I told her,
the
I said,
achiever
right?
in me is like you're reminding me that I was slow. I don't just go. It's.
Oh, that's not how my mind is thinking.
I know it's not how your mind is thinking. I'm just saying that's how my mind is thinking. I'm scanning for more questions, y'all.
That's where my compassion comes from.
I know. I'm broken on the inside. So I do want to see if Valerie said, "How about a shout out for her 44th birthday today?" Come on, Michelle. Let's sing to her. Happy birthday. Now let's do the other one. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yay. Happy birthday, Valerie. Okay. I don't see many questions. Let me look one more time. I was trying to make sure we got your questions in since we already went over. I keep telling them I'm only going to go for like 15 or 20 minutes, and that's not what's been happening. Cuz I start talking and then, there you go.
Hey, I'm still on that question from that girl that asked about my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Just not only that, I mean, when I was in LA, I went to a lot of places, but then, I had an assignment in close to San Diego, so I would be all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I like going I used to like going to the gym because I didn't like being outside. And now I can't imagine running on a treadmill when I can run outside.
I know.
I love a spin bike. I do not have a Peloton because I don't have a place to put one, but I would love one. But I mean, honestly, I go to the gym with my earphones in when a spin class is not in session, and I ride. I make my own spin class. I used to teach spin, actually.
Yeah.
And then I love the elliptical machine, but I haven't really done a lot of weightlifting. What do you do because I hear over a certain age, my Enneagram chair is 3. I'm going to guess Michelle is a 7. That's what I think. I think she's a 7.
What I don't know. What are y'all talking about?
It's a whole thing.
Don't talk about me in front of my face.
Monique will confirm that, but I think you're a 7. But anyway, yeah. So I like I don't weightlifting, strength training. What do you do for that, Michelle?
Oh, I use at least 5 pound weights. Like if I go, we'll walk around the park, then I'll have the 5 pound weights, and I'll make sure you kind of keep them up because it works all of this right here, and it does kind of lift what do you call it? Elevate your heart rate.
Mm-hmm.
And I get on YouTube and stuff like that, and look at different ways of doing like home weights and things like this, and yeah.
Okay, so you're in Maryland. People are asking what's your favorite restaurant in Maryland?
Um, oh gosh, I'm not good at names. Maybe I need to take something from my memory.
Nothing for that. You're
uh,
just getting older.
Hush. I see it in my head right now. Oh, my favorite is called Shook. Oh my gosh. I think a lot of they don't advertise that they're vegan, but they are a vegan restaurant. It's like Mediterranean. It is thebomb.com, or how these young people say now, it's fire.
Is that the new word?
It's fire. I was like, what does that mean?
Girl,
Yeah,
they ain't doing nothing but recycling words we
yeah,
already used.
right. Yeah, it's called Shook. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Any other recommendations for where you are right now?
Um, what's one that I always go back to? Gosh, I see it now. It's in College Park. It's what somebody's gonna say. Oh, the neighborhood is such and such. Um, I've been. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You didn't.
When you think of it
Oh,
later, you can text me and I'll put it in the resources.
it's called New Vegan Cafe.
New Vegan Cafe.
Hmm.
All right.
Farewell is good. Also, Hip City Veg is good.
Favorite snacks? I think that might be the last question. What are your favorite snacks?
Honestly, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like what I'll do is I'll get strawberries and blueberries. I try to eat blueberries every single day, but I will cut up carrots, and I love bell peppers, like the red ones,
And
the
you eat
orange
them
ones.
with what?
Yellow.
Anything?
I may eat it with hummus, or I
Hummus?
may just eat it by itself.
Do you make your own
I
hummus?
try. Not yet. I need to do that too. I want to know how to do it. I need to find a good recipe for hummus. You have a good recipe?
Hummus.
Oh,
Hummus. That's how you're supposed to say it.
I went when you've been to Israel. Yes,
I have.
they have like
The
the best.
best hummus.
Okay.
It's like
Yes.
redonkulous. It's just like, is
Yes.
this how hummus is supposed to be?
I know,
And you
right?
have
Yeah.
hummus with every meal. Every meal has hummus.
Yes. I want to figure out how to do that. So hummus, I want to figure out nut butters, nut milk. What was the other thing I said?
Hummus.
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Yeah.
How to make your
Yes.
own cheese. You said you want to make your own cheese.
And cheese. Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
think this is a great question. So I'm going to come back to this in just a minute. ChrystalEvansHurst.com. If you're not on my email list, please get on it, because that's how I can send you the link to the resources page, where anything that we've talked about that has a link, we can share it with you. And then if you want to know more about, somebody said, what's Black Woman Oil? ChrystalEvansHurst.com/shop. If you are looking for community, then check out the Facebook group, ChrystalEvansHurst.com/Facebook group. If you are looking for where all of these lives go when they have had seen their final days and they are now in their final resting place, that's ChrystalEvansHurst.com/inner circle. Okay. I think this is this last. Somebody said frozen grapes is a good snack.
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
too cold on my teeth though.
Okay. Oh, somebody said, will you interview a guest about menopause? But somebody else before that, I thought that was the same question, said, can you speak to healthy eating and how it affects female stuff like menopause?
I'm not an expert. I'm sorry. I just know what I've researched from I'm sorry. Yeah.
But I do know that there's a friend of mine who had fibroids that kept her from getting pregnant, and she changed the way she eats and got pregnant. Now, I don't know that,
I mean,
there's a lot of stuff, and you got to do your
Yeah.
own research. And
Research,
we don't want
yeah.
you to say Chrystal and Michelle said it. But what I
Right,
can tell
yeah.
you is that what you eat affects your body. And some of the stuff that we
Absolutely.
are struggling with,
Absolutely.
seeing surgery, getting cut out, all this other
Right.
stuff, not all the time. I mean, listen, if
Right.
you need the surgery, get the surgery. If you need the
Right.
radiation, get the radiation. I'm just saying, sometimes
Right.
you just need to know that there's an option. There are options
Right.
that can change the game if you change the way you eat. If you change the way you eat. And a lot of the
Yep.
especially for women of color. A lot of us who are dealing with fibroids, we're feeding the growth of those fibroids by
Exactly.
what we're
Exactly.
eating. We're feeding them.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
they may not
I
disappear, but
agree.
they may not grow and be a size of a 4-month-old child if you quit feeding it.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. What you put in is what you're gonna get out.
Yep. Y'all, so listen. You have to love the skin you're in. You have to. Because nobody else is going to love it as well as you are, because you're the only person who's in the skin you're in. That
Yes.
means as much as you can, as fast as you can, and it does take time. You need to just decide that while you can get better, the core of who you are is God-given,
Yes.
and it ain't going to change. You know,
Right.
if you've always been the funny
It's
life
not-
of the party, quit trying not to be. If you've always been a reserved person who needs to be alone to recharge, don't let other people drag you out and make you somebody you're
Right.
not. Like,
Right.
just learn to love the skin you're in, and do the work. Do the work. Figure out, based on people who love you, what they say about you, that they celebrate about you, the friends, the family, and major on the majors and stop majoring on the minors. And learn to love who you are physically. Yes, feed yourself well. Emotionally, based on your personality. Mentally,
Yes.
what do you need to do in your life so that you are a mentally stable person? Michelle, one time you actually told me, Chrystal, you might need to see a counselor. Because I was asking you questions, you were like, I don't know. You might need to see a counselor. Because
And it's okay to say you don't know.
it's okay to say you don't know. I literally am like, I don't see one, because I have Chandria, I have Michelle, I have Priscilla, and I drive them crazy and figure it out before I ever need to pay anybody. And I say, you need to talk for your own mental health. So if you don't have safe places to talk, if you don't have a friend, if what you need goes beyond the expertise of your friends, then you
Yeah.
need to, for your own mental well-being, get out of your
Right.
own head, get that stuff in front of
Right.
you so that you have somebody objective who can say that is incorrect thinking, or this is another way that you need to look at that, or this is why this is unhealthy. So I want you to know that it's up to you to take care of you. And when you decide that this is my skin, this is what God gave me, I'm going to treat it as best I can, but I'm going to stop apologizing for who I am, and I'm going to major on what God gave me, what he created to be, what he created me to be. Then you will learn what it is to be free. And there is nothing else like being free to be you in your own skin. Right,
Yep.
Michelle?
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. Look, there's this quote that I don't know if I'm quoting it correctly, but it says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.
That's right.
The only place you have to live.
That's right.
So whatever you put in, that's what you're going to manifest out. Can you say manifest out?
You can.
Is that godly?
I mean, yes, it is godly. If it's true, it comes from God.
Yeah.
So we have to stop. This is a little bandwagon thing that I have. We have to stop getting weirded out by people who are new age, or people who are not believers, or people who are a little bit out there, when they say things that we're like, oh, they said it, but they don't believe in Jesus. But listen, half of the people out here that are saying new age things, that are saying things, they borrowed it from the Bible. All they did was take it and spin it and make it sound current. But the truth came from God's word. So stop being weirded out. I'm always like, if somebody said it and put a spin on it, but it's biblical, I'm fine with it. I mean, they don't have to. So you just need to understand that if it's true, and that's why you need to know your Bible, so you know what's true. Because the Bible says that the Holy Spirit lives in our temple. It basically says that who you are and the Holy Spirit in you is living in a house that is not designed to last. This house right here, what people see, that's not you. That's not you. That's just the physical house God gave you to live in.
Right.
And if somebody paid for $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 for you to live in a house, you would take care of it. You wouldn't want it to be broke down. If the pipes break, you would fix it. So why do we do any less to the houses, the physical bodies that God gave us to live in? It's the only one you get to live. You don't get to move out and get into another one on earth.
Can't move.
Can't
Permanent.
move. So take care of it and honor the soul of who you are. I think that the Michelle who is comfortable in her own skin is a better Michelle than the Michelle who was trying to craft her life to make sure people would like her.
Oh, of course.
I'm saying that as your friend. I'm saying I
Oh,
like
oh.
the real Michelle better than the I'm trying to figure out what you like about me, Michelle. Because then you know what you're getting. You don't have to guess. You don't have to,
So you're not going to be offended if I say, Chrystal, turn off the lights, and I'm going to put that because
Nope.
I need my sleep.
I go to her house. I'm going to say this, then we're going to get off. I go to her house, and
My
Michelle needs her sleep. So
Okay.
if she didn't say anything at first, she just started doing weird things. So she would close the door, turn off the light, but then she started stuffing a towel in the,
Yeah,
when we were younger, we would sleep together in the same bed, because you're young, you're in your 20s and you just spend the night. Listen,
Yeah.
after a while, she was like, you got to get out. Because I stay up. I keep lights on. My computer is glowing. She kicked me out.
Everything.
And then, then stuff the door with the towel. Because she's like, I don't want, then
Not
she just
a
had
crack
all
of
these
light.
peculiar things because she was used to living alone. And I'm used to sharing my space. So I just was like, I've never, when I was growing up, Priscilla and I shared a room until we were seniors. Then I went to college and had a roommate. Then I had a kid. So I've never
I've
lived
never
alone.
cared.
She started having all these requirements of being in her space. And I was like, am I not welcome? Why do I feel not
Turn the
welcome
light
right
off. Go to bed.
Yeah. So, anyway, but then I just realized, it's not about me at all. It's just her saying, I have the right to be comfortable in my own home and I love you, but I'm still going to be comfortable. And now she's not offended when she comes to my house. And I said, listen, you are welcome to anything in my refrigerator, but don't take the last of anything
Don't take the last.
without saying something to somebody. I've learned how to be free.
And I don't care.
She just takes something. I'd be like, how do you know I wasn't saving that? We've learned to communicate. When you
Yes.
get comfortable in your own skin and you love the people that you love, you learn how to communicate and say, I love you, but this is what I need. And I will negotiate with you if I need to, but I'm going to communicate with you who I am and what I need. And that frees the people up around you to love you the way you need to be loved.
Yeah, but it needs to go both ways.
It does.
If both ain't comfortable, then yeah,
you got to speak up.
somebody's gonna be offended.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We've been on the phone for 90 doggone minutes. Get on my email list.
gosh.
We'll send you. I know. But I just decided instead of trying to rush and then I cut it off and then we talk for another 30, 45 minutes, I just decided to let them get the whole thing.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I will see you on Monday, 7 a.m. Central. Tell your people. And I don't even know who's coming, but whoever it is, it'll be good. Because I love sharing conversations with y'all. Share this. If you enjoyed it, share it. And we will talk to you later.
Signing off.